Well, the matchups in round number one continue. It's the young professor coming at you from inside the study. And I've been studying up on this one. This is a matchup that stole the show from me in round number one, and I'm just going to come out and say that now. Eliza Hayes, Florida's favorite flower child, squaring off against the ace, Nick Brutal, in what I think probably surprised everyone if you were paying attention. Again, I'm going to break down the three major criteria that all of these promos were going to be judged on. And that's, of course, going to be content, quality, and creativity. And there was a lot to be said here when it comes to content from both of these competitors, because more than any two people in this entire tournament thus far, Eliza Hayes and Nick Brutal did a great job of creating investment in seeing this story further between the two of them. Both of them did a great job of not only putting themselves over, but putting their opponents over as credible, and really left me wanting to see more. As for where they differ in the content portion, I will say that Nick Brutal put some great tough guy stuff out there in terms of the way that he spoke, but the atmosphere and just kind of where he was standing when he did it didn't really put it over the top, whereas Eliza really made sure that not only was she suited and booted to show who the favorite flower child is, but she was at one with nature, which to me really said a lot about the effort that was put in. As for quality goes, both videos were very good in terms of their quality. In a few respects, I'm going to give Nick Brutal the advantage here. His video clarity looked great. You could see him very clearly. You could hear him pretty well. However, I will say that he made a cardinal sin in my book, and it was one of the things put out into the rules of this particular burn book promo challenge, and that is he shot his promo in portrait instead of landscape. And guys, you're going to hear that from me a lot. If we learn nothing else before we move into round number two, shoot your videos side to side, not up and down. It's a bad look. Eliza was outside. Some shadows kind of fell on her. It wasn't quite as clear, but still very good all around. And then creativity. Creativity, to me, this is where Eliza Hayes runs away with it. Nick Brutal, the ace, he does a pretty straightforward tough guy pro wrestling promo. It was good in that sense, but it didn't have anything creative going for it. In fact, I'm going to go so far as to say, Nick, that in trying to put yourself over on Eliza Hayes, the fact that you're standing in front of a Jimi Hendrix poster who played at Woodstock in 1969, the same Woodstock, New York that Eliza Hayes hails from, does more to put your opponent over than it does to make you look like a tough guy. As for Eliza, when you talk about Nick Brutal taking his vitamins and you mentioning yours, A, B, T, H, and C, that was enough for me. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of Eliza Hayes versus Nick Brutal, Florida's favorite flower child, Eliza Hayes.